you can call it capitalism. It doesn't matter. What is, well, tell me, what is capitalism to you? I can say it's related to money. Um, I don't know what capitalism means to you. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't. It's a label that means nothing. I would say like our wages and shit like that. But yeah, money is the soul of fucking evil, basically the root of evil. Whatever. Some people would say it's not, but I don't think it is the root of evil in the system that we are forced to live in. We're born into money. I don't mean born into wealth. We're born into a system that money is required for everything. That is an evil system. It's evil, and it's abused and manipulated. Yeah. So, but as far as I don't know what the fuck capitalism is. I've looked it up. I don't. Everybody has their own different fucking definitions, their own meanings, and it's always lied about in news and discussions. People are debating shit that they're like. You can have two different people debate on what capitalism is, on what the definition of. If you can have two different people, even 10 people, debate on what capitalism even means, you've already lost the fucking meaning of it in the first place. Like, so I don't know. I just see it as a label that makes no sense. Like, mostly because because of what I just said. Everybody's got their own definition and shit, and it's always lied about. Always lied about, especially in the news. They'll capitalism is such a good thing. Like, what? If you're rich, sure, I guess. I don't know. I know what you're telling me is bullshit, though. Like, that's funny. I don't even remember what I was talking about that made you ask me if I blame capitalism. Oh yeah, I was talking about the puppets, how they're all linked and connected and shit. Because it's true. I mean, I think it's funny because I pointed people out in the whole Trump with Hillary Clinton, and how he praises her and all this shit like that. There's a specific. Actually, hold on. I just had it up too. I closed it though, but hold on, I'll show you because it's funny. Oh, I don't think it's that one. Fuck. I'll try to find it real quick. There's a little clip video. Hold on. Fuck, I can't remember where. Oh, wait. See if I can find this clip because it's funny. Okay. The video, one thing that sucks is the quality of Twitter videos is always crap. I don't know why, it's weird. But okay, hold on a sec.
That plays great before the election. Nah, we don't care. So I took the name Crooked away from Hillary, and we gave her a new name. Beautiful. I call beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And you have to live with that name for the rest of your life. I'll go over the different names, but I won't, because many of them are now friends of mine, okay? Because many of them are now friends of mine, okay? Because many of them are now friends of mine, okay? Because many of them are now friends of mine, okay?
And that's an answer to lock her up or whatever. But I mean, it's the same old shit, man. It's the same old shit. They are friends. They always have been. They always will be. I don't know. Some people will tell you stuff like, "Oh, they're struggling for power behind the scenes." They're fucking not. I mean, it's possible. I highly fucking doubt it. There's not with the way they're all doing the same shit. Get the fuck out of here. It's a joke, dude. It's a scam. It's a fucking scam. What's up, House? That's funny about the high quality meme. That's pretty funny, man. There's for any action they do, somehow increase, improve their financial position or assets without everyone being in the know about everything. So, for example, we would be earning an honest income, but 5 people of the tier list above me might be doing. Well, I mean, here's the thing about that that's interesting. Let me finish what you have to say, but I'll tell you something that hold on. See anything? Guess who is below them? If we have like the same people who are below them. Well, I mean, I don't care. As far as going below, I would start at the top. People always talk about like, oh, you need to start at I don't, in TV shows and whatever movies, they're always talking about like starting at the bottom. Like, fuck no. That's stupid. That's really stupid. They're not the ones in control. Like, sure, they're dumb and they're going along with it and whatever. It's like cops or military. They are enforcing this fucking insane shit. But they're not the real problem. Like, are they believing bullshit and lies and they're being evil motherfuckers? Sure. but they're following orders. And I'm not saying that's not an excuse. It's not a good one. They're just not the ones giving the orders. You want to start at the ones giving the fucking orders. I don't know why people always like start at the bottom. No, fuck that. Give them better orders. Duh, right? Like, I don't know. Anyways, as far as income and who's above you, it doesn't even have to, like, we don't even have to look at it as being dishonest. The fact is, what happens is, I don't know, for some reason, the more money people get, the greedier they get, and the worse they get as people. I don't know why. I know there are rich people out there that are nice people, but they're not actually helping anybody. They just say nice things. If they were helping people, they'd be giving a lot of money away, not to fundraisers, but to actual fucking people, real people on the fucking street, real people. They'd be going out of their way to find people that are struggling, and they'd be just giving them fucking money, but they don't. Oh, I gave money to a charity. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. Those things are fucking bullshit. But anyways, so there's likely dishonesty and corruption going on, but take that out. Let's take away dishonesty and corruption, right? Just think about the difference in wages. Like, why is the fucking CEO and all these people up top or whatever getting paid that much money and their workers get paid nothing? That's a reality. It doesn't make any sense. It reminds me of this guy. I forget his name at the moment. I'm trying to remember his fucking name. He got banned from Twitter again, I think. I can't. Dan Price. He has sexual allegations and stuff, but Dan Price ran a company where he made as much money as his workers, his employees. The way that they had the system set up was he was making I think he might have made like 10 grand more than them, if he made more. I forget. When I first saw the stories, he was making the same amount of money they were all making 70 grand a year, that I can remember. Like, all of them, the whole staff, including the CEO, was making 70 grand a year. That makes more sense as far as like being sensible and, you know, whatever. But we have instead this one dude getting like, you know, billions a year, and everybody else making fucking 20 grand or 30 grand a year. You know, I mean, it's insane. It's ridiculous. So you don't even have to consider like dishonesty or corruption. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, are they corrupt and dishonest? Yeah, but you can just keep it simple. Like, the wages don't fucking make any sense. You know, it's just bullshit, especially with the cost of living, especially with the cost of things in the stores, you know, stuff like that. Like, it just, $15 an hour doesn't make no fucking sense, man. It's stupid, but I mean, it's always been that way. I was just thinking about this recently, because I forgot I was talking about some of this stuff, and I couldn't remember. I just wasn't thinking about it. I was like, because I mentioned something like I've never made more than 20K a year in my entire life. I'm 46 years old, and this person replied saying something like, "Oh, then you've never made minimum wage," or some stupid. I already knew like that somebody would pull that shit, because I haven't. I've been working part time for a couple of years now, a few years, I guess. Which is why. Otherwise, I'd be making like maybe 20K a year. Like, yeah, like a little bit over 20K. Yeah, like around 20K. If I was working full time, I'd be making 20K. So okay, whoop-de fucking do. The argument that people will come up with is so stupid. They're like, oh, well, you're living somewhere cheaper, or you're not working as many hours. Like, I already know that's a bullshit answer, because I've spent half my fucking life working minimum wage. And I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, oh yeah, my first job paid like $5.25 an hour. That was normal back then. Whatever, at the time it was normal, and then it went up slowly. My next job after that was like $6. You know, it slowly kept going up a little bit, but so did the cost of everything else. It never makes sense to me, the arguments that people will make for that shit. Our wages have gone up a little bit, but the cost of just general everyday life has also gone up, and that's always been the case. And people will blame inflation as if that's a real fucking thing. There's no such thing as inflation for the regular person on a minimum wage. The inflation doesn't exist for those people. It exists in their minds, because we're supposed to believe this dumb fucking bullshit that doesn't make any sense, but it's not actually real. Whatever. What's real is they've been making poor people poorer and rich people richer. That's real. And that should be more obvious now than fucking ever, with just the past few years alone. They dropped the middle class. For my almost my whole life now, I have not even been aware of a middle class, but I realized like most of my friends were the middle class, and I just didn't know it because I always thought they were just rich. That's how I thought of my friends. They're rich, you know. But they were basically the middle class, which isn't rich. So I can understand if middle class is comparing or complaining about like prices and stuff, but they don't know what it's like to be poor. But they're not rich. But to me, they were rich. You know, not like the millionaire, billionaire rich, but to me, they've always been rich. So I didn't. It took me a long time to realize like how many people in my life that I've known that were actually middle class. But the middle class has changed. There's a different middle class now, and yeah, the poorer people get poorer and the rich get richer. What's tax? What's Bitcoin? What's NFT? I saw a recent thing about NFT the other day. I think it was yesterday. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, just now they've announced that NFTs have become useless," and I'm like, "You fucking stupid motherfuckers! They were useless in the very beginning. They like anybody that fell for that was a moron, and they kind of deserved it. It's the same as Bitcoin. It's fucking. I don't know how people, and they do though. There are people living off Bitcoin right now. Because people believe bullshit. That's why. That's the only reason. It's only fucking people believe bullshit. It's fucking nuts. I mean, you can make your own reality in a way. But I said this earlier. You might not have been here, but if you want to make your own reality in the society that we live in, all you gotta do is be a lying asshole. And you will have to probably eventually, but it depends on your situation and what you're looking to do, how deep you want to go. But you also eventually have to be willing to kill yourself with your own hands. People that you're trying to take out of power. But you start with all you really have to do to succeed in this world or to get further into it is to be a lying asshole, be a manipulative lying motherfucker, and you will create your own reality. I'm a salesman. It's true. I've had sales jobs, but I was not a salesman. I think the product should sell itself. Product availability, product size is being reduced. Well, no, inflation is an excuse. I've read about it. I've looked at the real thing on it, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. I can understand the arguments, right? But again, like I said, inflation is really just the people already in power just stealing more money. That's all it really. It has we have nothing to do with inflation. The regular people have nothing to do with inflation. We're affected by what they're lying about because what they do is they just raise the prices on everything, and we have to pay more while not getting paid more. Like that's not inflation. That's what exploitation. No. Fuck. I know there's another word for it. It's like a law word too. It starts with ex, but it's not exploitation. It's something else that I can't remember right now. It's a funny one. Oh well. But yeah, that's not actually an inflation. It's something I forget the word for it. But I generally I just call it evil. Like these are lies. They're just we have to pay more while not getting paid more just cause inflation, right? That's yeah. No, I'm just saying I don't personally call that inflation. Like I know what you mean. I don't call that inflation. I know the word isn't exploitation, but I could use that instead. It's not inflation, it's exploitation, but I know there's a different word for it. And I'm just saying, as far again, it's like capitalism earlier. Like it's a label to me. It's a label. Inflation to me, that word by itself, the definition, the whole everything behind it is bullshit. It's all fucking lie. So I don't call it inflation because to me, it's not. I don't believe in a lie. I don't. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that better. That's funny. Yeah, inflation is just an excuse. It's a lie. It's just inflation is like if I were to tell you. Oh fuck! It's just a lie. If I were like, oh, a frog bit me and it gave me 10 toes. That's inflation. It's just a fucking lie. It's a bullshit excuse that makes no sense. It's just, it's fantasy. It's not real. Like some people like will try to look at it a little more realistically, and they'll tell you it's the Fed. The Fed is printing money. They don't give you the names because it's the Fed. It's the government, right? Whatever. They're printing money, and that's what inflation really is. is just the fact that they're printing more money for themselves. This is why I say it's not related to us. Like, we have nothing to do with inflation. As a regular person, we're told what we're supposed to believe, why the prices have changed, but that's not true. It's a fucking lie, and it should be obvious. It's literally them just fucking us. That's all. That's what inflation is. It's them lying and fucking us. That's all it is. People can say literally, physically, they're printing more money. Who cares? Am I printing money? No. So inflation doesn't exist for me. I would love to print some money. I've thought about it. I'm like, I just need to get a fucking money printing machine. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do, man. If you know somebody, DM me, okay? Please, because I'm at the point where, look, now I'll just print some fucking money. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Please, let me know where I can get a money printing machine. Please, I'm fucking serious. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. DM me, dude. Tell me where to get a money printing machine.